This is part two of my segments that I'm coming out of my satirical character and talking a little bit about what I really feel about issues. I'd like to start this one by talking about people who refuse to wear masks or social distance or get a vaccine. I think of them as selfish and self-centered, and they're a danger to all of us who actually believe in science. We want the world to get back to normal. We all want to see our families. We all have travel plans. And the true American spirit is the one where we come together as our parents and grandparents did in World War II. After World War I, people did not want to go back to war, and everyone was trying to avoid it. But when they realized that war was going to be the only way to stop the Germans and the Japanese, they were willing to give up time, talent, career, even their lives, as they saw that war might save the world, and if we didn't get into it, our world could be condemned by people like the Nazis, who, by the way, committed some of the worst atrocities in the history of mankind. And yet we have people who proudly proclaim themselves as neo-Nazis, and our last president would not condemn them. And I believe it's a shame that when we have politicians who are willing to work together with people on the other side of the aisle, they have to worry about getting reelected because they're considered weak by certain people. And I'm not sure how you look at what the Republicans are doing in many states and not know that it's voter suppression. And part of their effort is to keep in place the caste system that we've had in our country almost from the beginning, and how the caste system is able to keep white guys like me at the top of that perch. And I actually think that the continuing efforts to claim the last election was rigged is evil and a danger to our democracy. I asked a friend the other day as a joke, we should claim that the national NCAA championships in basketball were rigged because those Methodists beat us Catholics, and God could never intended that. Now, there is absolutely no proof that that game was rigged, but doggone it, I'm going to believe it anyway. Actually, Baylor was the better team, and they should have won the game. Can you see my point? Come on, people. Let's move on. And that I can love our police. I could never do their job. They go into tough situations, and they don't know if their life is going to be in danger. But I don't think that bad cops should be let off the hook and make good cops look bad. Just as I would never let a bad administrator or teacher go who somehow harmed kids, because they're not a reflection of the hundreds, thousands of administrators and teachers that I know who are talented and dedicated. And I actually believe that people can sit down on both sides and come up with some kind of gun control laws that satisfy the needs of both sides, that would allow people who want to have guns and should have guns to have them. But those who are violent or mentally ill cannot have them. And also look closely at the need for people to own multiple automatic weapons. I mean, when did the deer get so clever that you needed those? And in the place of real change or action, sending thoughts and prayers, forget that as Christians, we're taught that caring for others, love, is a verb and not just a noun. Jesus didn't teach the corporal acts of mercy so that when we saw the hungry, saw the thirsty, or saw the imprisoned, we sent them our thoughts and prayers. So that's our second. I'm going to have one more segment, a little bit shorter, where I'm going to talk about some of the other politicians and also some of us who maybe aren't as rich as some others. So I hope you can join me for part 3.